Hi there guys, so Britain has hit lockdown on this coronavirus pandemic and Eddie Hearn has recently explained that many boxers will struggle to remain in the sport because they don't earn enough money from boxing and they haven't earned enough in the past fights in order to keep going in the sport of boxing. This is what Eddie Hearn had to say about the subject. The coronavirus is going to have a massive impact on every business, particularly boxing. If that drags onto September, October, November, December, we will have fighters that have not boxed yet this year. The fighters at the top are going to be fine, but the fighters who are coming through, small hall fighters, and the ones who are coming through just starting their careers and do not have sponsorship deals, face big concerns. They will have to give up the sport of boxing and get a job, and that's heartbreaking for someone who is trying to live their dream. If there are no events, the companies are not making money and the athletes are not getting prize money. We will see a lot of fighters who have to give up the sport of boxing at a lower level because there is no income. So that is what Eddie Hearn has had to say about how this pandemic is going to affect boxing. Now guys, also some big news is the Olympics have been moved back to next year. They have been postponed and they will now take place in 2021. Which personally I think is a great decision because you have the Euros as well. They have been put back until next year as well. And the reason why that's a great decision is obviously we don't know if the virus is actually going to affect it, but the last thing you want after the virus is gone is mass gatherings of people that could fuel the virus again. So that is the best decision with everyone's best interest involved. But it is going to affect sport in a big way and boxing is included in that. And as Eddie Hearn explained, boxers who do not earn big purses will struggle to remain in the sport, especially considering even when things start up again, how are they going to get a date? Because everyone is going to want a date, and you can guarantee it will be the big names that secure the dates and the big fights, whereas the ones who are just coming through will struggle to get those dates. Especially as Eddie Hearn said, if they do not have a sponsorship deal, or if they do not have a promoter, or they are not signed with Matchroom, Queensberry Promotions, Mick Hennessy, anything, even have a TV deal, anything like that, they're going to struggle to remain in the sport, which is a great shame because they have given their lives to it. Many boxers who have given so much. I mean, look at Dylan White, for instance. I know he's at the top now, but about 6 or 7 years ago, Dylan White was selling his own shows on the streets before he was about to go out and box. He was stood outside the arena trying to sell tickets for his fight. He was about an hour away from stepping in the ring, and he was outside selling tickets for his fight. So that just shows you what boxers are willing to do. And obviously Dylan White is not in that position now, but many fighters are still in that position, trying to come up, trying to get their big break. And this pandemic is going to make it very difficult for them to get their opportunity. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. There are possibilities of studio shows and behind closed door shows for smaller events, which would work well for lower level fighters. And they could have their opportunity to get in the ring and earn some money behind closed doors. Hopefully, that is something that can happen going forward, because then boxing is back on TV, boxing is flowing again, and it's behind closed doors, so there is no risk of anyone getting ill, and the fighters can earn a bit of money as well and keep going and keep progressing in the sport of boxing, because that is what they want to do. That is what they have given their lives to, so they deserve nothing less than that. Obviously, we have Dylan White and Alexander Povetkin in May. We have Alexander Usyk versus Derek Chisora in May as well, which are two big events, and those fighters on that bill will be okay financially during this period, I believe, other than the ones who are lower down on the card, maybe looking for a slot on the card as well. They will struggle, but I believe that Dylan White, Alexander Povetkin, Alexander Usyk and Derek Chisora will be okay financially during this period if they are not able to fight, which I believe is increasingly unlikely. I don't believe there will be boxing in May either, which would be a great shame, but it is in the best interest of everyone involved, including the fans. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? The impact that Eddie Hearn believes this pandemic will have on boxing, and more specifically, lower level fighters who are looking for their big break. Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.